Hello, my name is Pete Gamble. This is my entertainment company, and this is me. And I crack whips and compare and do shows and stuff. So another of the occasional whip maintenance videos, and we're talking about crackers again. You've seen the one I did about Dyneema and making a basic cracker out of baling twine. So this is an improved baling twine type cracker that you can all try. I've spoken before about making crackers about all sorts of things, and in this case this is baling twine. It's already been split in two, about a 22-inch length, but you can use smaller, you can use longer. It doesn't matter, you can do whatever you like. Doesn't have to be the definitive way, but the reason I do like baling twine is it's quite visible. Makes a nice big fluffy cracker, and it doesn't stick, doesn't tangle on nylon whips, but it doesn't last that well. So you might want to add something to the mix. And what I traditionally did was use the inners from parachute cord and mix it in with those fibres to make it a bit more durable in that respect. Did find it did tangle a little bit, so I then started using a mixture of Dyneema in there as well. So baling twine and Dyneema, and a bit of a compromise, bit of a hybrid cracker if you like. You can experiment yourself. Lots of twines and lots of bits of cord about that you can try. Diablo makes a very good cracker as well. This is an attempt to try and find a commercially available baling twine or baling twine type cord, and I bought this I think in B&Q, somewhere like that, and it resembles baling twine to some degree, although it's got a shinier actual finish to it. And the truth is it's quite soft and doesn't last quite as long as baling twine. Baling twine itself is quite tough stuff, but this does work. And again, if you mix this with another element that will give it a bit more longevity, they make quite nice crackers as well. But the green, maybe green you don't like, but you can get those in white, and then the white one make lovely big fluffy type crackers, very visible if you're doing any videoing, and on stage of course as well. So all good stuff. But for a good all-round cracker, baling twine, and then mix it with some nylon or Dyneema, and you end up with a very durable cracker. So this time we're going to try, let's do nylon, shall we? Yes, okay. So this is baling twine already split in two, about 22 inches long. Again, I find that a little bit too bulky, so we're going to split that. You see, it should be about half. So if you just untwist it slightly, put a little bit more light on the situation, untwist it slightly, it does split quite nicely, quite easily. Certainly a lot easier than that green stuff. Gosh, that's quite difficult to get undone. Pull gently, pull too hard, the ends tangle. Excuse me. And you end up with about that, which is a quarter of the thickness of the original baling twine. And for general purposes, I find works very well. So you need a piece of paracord inner, about twice the length, or let's go for two of these, shall we? Yes, why not? We'll go for two. So lay that down by the side. Another piece of have we got one? Should have. Seems to have done a runner. Oh, it's back again. Oh, extraordinary. Oh, there it is. Up. There you go. Lay them together. Bit of a twist. That just aids tying them together. You're going to be cutting that off, so don't worry about too neat. You've got too much at the end here. That's fine. Trim that off now. Just make life a little bit easier. All the same length as best you can. Twist them together and tie them. There you go. Now the beauty about the dynemas are they make very thin and very small crackers on their own. I'll show you an example of that. There's baling twine, and that's a dynema. And you can actually make them using just single filament as well. And generally, the thinner the cracker, the sharper the sound. Yes, the sharper. Higher decibel in that respect. Very sharp. Very good for filling a large space or impressing a large crowd. But you want a big booming sound. You want a nice big fluffy cracker at the end of the day. So, same thing again. About in half. Attach this to a hook. Other end use a pen. Or we can be flash and use my favourite little tool. It's a Bosch powered screwdriver drill. And all I've done is fit a hook in the chuck itself. Slowly rotate. We'll do the other way. You see it rotated. And of course it foreshortens as it's twisted. And just feel it. You start seeing the bubbles or bobble appear. See that bubble there? That's actually a bubble. That's showing you've got about the right tension. No more than that, and it'll twist up fairly uncontrollably. So about that is fine. Keep the tension. Put your finger halfway, both ends together, and then let go there, and you'll see it twists. And just even up the twists, undo it from the hook, nice and even. We'll twist there, undo the end, so you've got something to tie off on. On this occasion, because it's quite thick, this would be nice for a bigger whip, you know. I'm going to tie that to this, just in a simple overhand knot. Because of the nylon paracord incorporated in that, I know that knot's not going to blow off, because that nylon is that much stronger. Pair of scissors, sharp knife, cut the knot off, and do it even. They do say, or I've always thought that this is the case, if you've got different ends like this, you get two notes, or a different note. You do get a different sound if you've got staggered ends on it, so it's worth experimenting if you're a musical type and seeing what sort you get. But whether that's the case or not is, I'm sure, open to conjecture. Right, once more into the breech, attaching a cracker to a fall, just as a reminder. We happen to have here, somewhere he says, a fall. Oh, there you are. Now this is one made by Rick Boyd, very clever guy, over in Texas. He makes great weighted falls, and we were very lucky for him to give some of these as prizes for our whip competitions. We're very grateful to him for it. And they are really glorious falls of different lengths. So there's the end of your nylon fall, already melted at the end, so a nice little bobble off it. And here's your cracker. Open up. So you've got a hole, and I always say, if you remember, there's a rabbit hole, and here's a snake. And snakes like rabbits. This snake in particular would like to see if he can get himself a rabbit for tea. So he slides in front of the rabbit hole and checks out to see if he can see a rabbit. And he can. So being a sneaky snake, he goes around the back of the actual rabbit hole and then puts his head in the rabbit hole to see if he can find the rabbit to eat. And what you do is you actually then pull the cracker and it tightens up what I can only describe as a slip knot, really. So it traps the end of the fall in the loop of the cracker itself, and instead of the cracker trying to pull itself or cut through the fall itself, what it's trying to do is pull that end through that loop of the fall. And that simple little slip knot keeps that cracker on that whip at 721 miles an hour, 28 miles an hour, whichever what I call the speed of sound, forever and ever. And there you have it. Anyway, hope that's been useful to you. Thanks very much for listening. My name's Pete Campbell. My company's called A Handful of Hats. I crack whips. Thank you so much.